Uh, Second on the first. It was the 1st of September, a day I'll always remember. Nah, I'll probably forget it. It's okay, though. It's 2025. Nobody's got memories anymore. Obviously. How's your memory? I mean, seriously, how's your memory? 69 years old. I have quite a vivid and detailed memory of my life. I've done some things that I would like to wipe from my memory. That doesn't mean anything really, though, does it? Because you can't. Oh, my hair's a freaking... Ooh, let's play with it. Play with the hair. Play with your hair this morning. That's what you've got to do. It's more important than all of the news that you're seeing on the jellyvision. God, this light's killing me. Oof. I mean, sure. Let's put it up there. Oh. Okay. Seriously, though, memory palaces. Look at memory palaces. It's quite interesting. These are ways of you to remember things that you think are possibly going to elude you later in life. And creating these little memory palaces has been quite the feat for me. But there are things that you've done that you know were mistakes. Yeah. I mean, gosh, all of us. Yeah, that means you three. See, pointing at me 3 times. I will call you out 3 times. 3 times I will call. 3 times you will fail. Comforted by madness, sickened by the whole mess. I'm looking at the city of dreams and I can see the holiness. That's from a song. One of the earliest songs that I wrote. I think it started as Tunnel Men. No, I know the band started as Tunnel Men. I think that song started its life as Tunnel Men and went into Tunnel Men. So we did lots of versions of that song. I think it's called God City Resurrection. Right, I'm going to go into a definite, a definitive, and specific memory from recent years. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you just allowed it to happen. You didn't try and prevent it from happening. You just allowed it to happen. Should you have tried to prevent it? Yeah. Doesn't matter, does it? In the grand scheme of things, it was just a personal thing you did. It was an interaction between 2 human beings, one of whom was desperate and one of whom wasn't so. So you just let it happen. Okay, that's fair enough. Does everything you do have consequences? Of course it does. Okay. I just relived a moment in my life that happened 4 years and 3 months ago. It's not a vivid memory, really. It's blurry. There was lots of emotions flying around at the time. And I may have done something just to keep the peace, just to stop the chaos for a minute. And the consequence of it has come up now. And it's probable that the consequence of it is more important than what actually happened on the day. Because unwittingly, it started a chain reaction, you know. Eventually the consequence. Anyway, but we all make mistakes. I wouldn't consider this to be a mistake, more of a faux pas. What's a faux pas? Yesterday I was kind of weird. I was in a very strange space for the day. I was contemplative and I was very I don't know if this is a word. I was agendaless. I didn't have an agenda. I didn't want, oh, I want to get this done by the end of day. I didn't have a list. I mean, I make lists and you know, there was a loose list, but it wasn't one of any sort of significance. So I just ignored it and just got on with my day. And I ended up watching a bit of football. I ended up going out and doing a few things, you know, going on a bike ride. I did, you know, had a lovely shower because it was really hot yesterday, and I had a shower at the end of the day, and it was nice. I had a cool shower. So, and you know, but the little things I did were just not mapped out. And then I started playing with music because I was just sat around just thinking, well, I could watch a movie. So I started watching a sci-fi movie. It was rubbish. And I was just like, okay. So I let it play in the background, turned the volume down because some of the images were funny. You know, they were hilariously funny about people being out in space and, you know, trying to save the world when the world doesn't need saving. Anyway, sidebar, back to me, what I was doing. So I started goofing around with music because I'm going to play, I'm going to do some performance. I said I wouldn't anymore, but you know, it becomes fun when you find a place and find some people with open minds and open hearts, where you feel comfortable, and you go see a bunch of shows at these places, or you go meet with a few other people that go there and or run the place, and you go, no ulterior motives. This is just fun. Live, love life. And they understand it. And you go, this might be a good place. And then you think about it, it's like, well, what can you do? So I've always been somewhat of a performer. I joke and dance and sing around and do lots of wacky stuff, make music, make art. So I decided I'm going to play music. I'm going to play music and art, and I'm going to have a certain amount of it pre-recorded because I can't get the 20 people I need in to play all their individual parts. It's a very tiny space where I'm doing this performance on the Friday, September 12th, 12 days. I'm somewhat prepared. I have to focus in on how I'm going to do this. I already have the music and art that I want to use pre-prepared, you know, up here and in here. So I'm just going to sort of go with that and then just do some more musical preparation, but more performance orientated. And below this video, I will put a link or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that took up the rest of my day. I mean, I spent most of the night, most of the yesterday afternoon and evening working on some amazing music and fun stuff for ready to package up for my out there performance with there's a band that headline, and the drummer of the band, it's her birthday, so it's a big celebration, and they're called Tingles, Tinglez, or Z as we call it. Rico Adair, who's an amazing creative human being. He's very creative, massive family and beautiful friends, and he's just always been around. I mean, a lot of people, again, with most truly artistic people, in some ways, he's been misunderstood by others that are clinging on to the peripherals of the Los Angeles hipster community. But Rico is truly a great artist in his life. And so Rico Adair is going to do a set. I've no idea what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, but that'll be fun to find out. And he's been doing some solo stuff that I find intriguing. And Nature, N-I, instead of nature, Nature, N-I-T-U-R-E, is going to do some electronic experimental music, but mostly, and that's it. That's a guy called Eddie, and he's experimental and does crazy stuff with electronics. So it'll be a fun night, but it's predominantly a dance, like a celebration. You know, I want people to come. I want them to be entertained. If they want to sit down, great. But I would like it if people would dance. So I'm actually talking to some dancers who hopefully will do interpretive dance for me, because my performance is going to be somewhat focused in on how I'm going to do the mixing and performing. So I won't be that entertaining in and of, well, let's see. But I'm hoping to have some dancers interpret my music as we go along, which I've always enjoyed, especially those sort of experimental interpretive dance people who don't feel restricted by rules of how to dance. You know, it's not left, right, forward, backward, twist. No. I don't want to see anybody counting their moves. I want them to flow. Anyway, whatever I want, they'll do. So, I mean, that's the whole point of performance, isn't it? anyway, I'm looking forward to it. As you can tell, I'm quite excited by it. So that's good. And I'm also doing a poetry reading on September 18th at in South Pasadena, which I think is going to be quite good because it's intimate and there are other poets there that I can learn from and enjoy. And it's something that I've always written. So to have it printed in a book, which happened a few years ago, you know, somebody who runs a publishing company asked me to put out a book, so I did a book. So I'll be reading from that book, but I will also be reading some newer stuff, which I've been writing recently. And yeah, I mean, just lots of reasons to celebrate life, but they're all attached to the one thing that is vital for human growth, for humanity to continue to grow in and of their human experience, and that is creativity. If you're not being creative right now, and you can be creative in many ways, but it's like staying on that creative end of things instead of just joining in with the rest and connecting up dots and going, oh my God, look what they're doing. No, stop. Go within, be creative, and do what you do as an influence on others. And it's like, if you live, love life, and people are going, whoa, look at that, he's doing it, you know, that stupid bugger. Yeah, it just be creative. Get out there, enjoy people. Human beings need each other, so we can do this. We can, and we've got this. Okay, so happy Mondays. I tried to post earlier, but Oop. YouTube wasn't allowing me to, so this is second attempt. That's why I said second on the first. So September's looking good for me, and you know, it's always within. That answer you seek is always within. You just have to seek it. Who am I? We'll see when I perform September 12th. You'll see who I am, and you'll see on September 18th when I do some poetry. But that's who I am. I'm a creative, flowing human being who is living, loving life, and you can be too. There's no exclusivity to this. You can be whatever you want to be. Just try and do no harm. All right? Don't hurt others. Entertain them. Have fun with it. Have a beautiful, enjoyable life. They won't. Who's they? Okay. Many will discourage you. You know, they'll discourage you. They'll shut you down. Open up. Open up. All right. Open your hearts. Open your minds. With open hearts and open minds, we can create great beauty. So do that. All right. Love you. Bye for now. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Love you.